welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for joining AdBuzz Canada. It's a lovely day, and it's your Shia day, but yes. You're here. Thanks so much. Introduce yourselves for everyone that's watching, please.
Go ahead, Jack.
I'm Jack Neary, and I'm the Chief Creative Officer here, newly installed.
And I'm Jay Bertram. I'm the President of TBWA Canada.
And it's great that you guys took some time to meet with us. We're always impressed with the work that TBWA does. So I met, it wasn't even I met, I did a Skype interview with Rob
Schwartzy.
We saw that. Yeah, it was great.
And, you know, he was impressed with what Canadians can do with our budgets up here. What do you guys think of that? What attributes to that?
Well, it's interesting, as I just returned from 2.5 years in New York, and having grown up in the advertising industry here in Canada, and Canadians, just by virtue of what you just said, are forced to be more resourceful and make a little bit go a long way, and I think it stands us in good stead relative to our American cousins who are used to a much bigger scale budgets to work with. And I also think Canadians are much further ahead than their U.S. counterparts in holistic thinking and integrated thinking, just because we have to use all the tools to make that small budget have more impact.
Right. That's great. And you guys just launched, so obviously a lot of the viewers will be familiar with the Nissan Spot with the remote control car.
Yep.
Right? The
Sentra SER.
The Sentra SER. And you guys just launched a new spot for the Juke. And it's a really cool spot. And I actually met with Trevor last night, and he said there's some more to come. So talk us through the new Nissan Spot.
I think, well, it's an interesting kind of a pioneer concept vehicle for Nissan. There's nothing like it out there in the market. It's a small sports crossover. They call it a multi-activity vehicle. It's got one hell of a powerful engine in it for such a small vehicle, and it's really targeting a young target that's interested. It does not live in television. You know, it lives in the gaming world and the world of online and video and you know, just multi-activity stimulus. And so we launched the car, maybe the first time a car has been launched without television. Mm-hmm. And so it's entirely online. Mm-hmm. We've created 3 films. Interestingly, even though it's a brand new vehicle, we've given it a history. So it's the urban legend of the Juke and the adventures, and how it slayed the monster in the first installment. And we're really pleased with it. I think it's going to get some talk value.
Yeah, it's really good.
And it's part of Nissan's all about innovation and innovation for all. So not only are the cars innovative, but how we bring the cars to market and the cars to the target.
Yeah,
we're challenged to be innovative, so this is just another example.
TBWA is doing a great job just with branding the new Nissan Spots, like in general. So Canada, U.S. side. Let's talk a little bit about. So a lot of our viewers are students and up and comers.
Cool.
What do the students need to do these days? I wrote a blog the other day that said, listen, you guys need to get out there and start networking, start getting your name out. What do they need to do if they want to work at TBWA?
Well, it's interesting. One of the things Jay and I have been working on the last month or so is kind of re-articulating a vision for our culture. Mm-hmm. And one of the things TBWA always espouses to its clients is you have to define what a brand believes in, and then you have to make sure your behavior is consistent with the things you say you believe. And we define 6 beliefs, and the final one, the 6th one, not that one is more important than the other, is curiosity is key. Mm-hmm. And I think that the quality of curiosity is the single most important thing for any young person, well, anybody, no matter what age they are, frankly, but the idea of being a sponge and absorb the world around you and expose yourself to all kinds of stimulus, that's absolutely critical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I interview a lot of people, and I think the thing I'm looking for the most is that entrepreneurial drive. Yeah. Too many people I think are too passive. Yeah. And the ones who really stand out are the ones who know the history of the company. Yeah. Really want to make a difference. There's never been a better time to be in this industry, yet the people coming through don't have that passion and excitement. Right. So that's a missed opportunity.
Okay, and where would you recommend they find that ambition, that passion? Because quite frankly, it's like you say, not a lot of them do have that. So is it diving into the sites, or what would you guys recommend?
Well, I think as Jack said, it's a hunger to learn. Mm-hmm. It's trying to be interesting and interested in things that are around the world.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I mean, it's not exact science, but I'm finding people who are coming from smaller towns actually have more of a drive and a passion to succeed than others. And I don't know whether it's the way they were brought up or they've got a chip on their shoulder, but those are the people who really stand out.
I'll add one thing, and it's really a tip for young creative people trying to break into the business. And I've been seeing a lot of talent out there, just getting to know people in this market again. It drives me nuts when people come in and just kind of put their portfolio, whether it's online on a website or just an actual physical piece, and they just kind of let you go through it, and they just sit there mute for half an hour. My view is you're here to impress me. Tell me your story. Tell me about yourself. What makes you tick? What are your passions? What interests you? What drives you? They should be volunteering that without me having to bring it out of them. And then tell me the story of your work. What was the thinking behind it? How did you get to where you got to? So that's one of the things I just sit back and I let them come to me. And those that naturally have that will step up, and the others sit back, and that'll tell you a lot right there. So I don't know if you can really instill natural hunger and drive and ambition, you know, from being inspired by the world around you. Some of that will help, but it's either there or it isn't. Right.
Okay, guys, well, before we wrap up, anything you guys want to add for our viewers? Anything at all?
Well, Jay and I are reunited here at the agency.
United we stand. Here we go.
And we both have an illness,
yes,
not mental.
We have an illness.
we share a kind of a cubicle, which I think is great when the president and creative director can actually share we're aligned in our vision where we want to go with the place. We've given each other a horrible cold, so I apologize for that.
Who had it first? Just so
I believe I did. And as Philip George, our managing director, said you guys should quit necking publicly.
Yes,
so there you go. But I think you should tell the story of the nag and the ninny.
Oh yeah, we're known as the nag and the ninny, or George and Jerry, or you think it's more like
Larry David
and his agent. You know, I'm the agent. But I think what makes us a strong team is that we're always on each other in terms of trying to make the other person better and pushing. And I just come back. You asked what last comments. I think it's an amazing time to be in this industry. I think the more creative agencies will separate from the pack. You can't hide anymore, so if you're not delivering for your clients every day, hopefully they'll change and come to us, TBWA Toronto.
Check them out. So I'll definitely post the links and how to get a hold of you guys.
Sure.
And thanks so much for meeting with AdBuzz Canada, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Ciao.